If not, fine. Okay. So
Ma'am, usually self-introduction should be like between 2 to 3 minutes. Huh?
2 minutes is okay. 1 minute is also fine. See, it all depends on how much you have worked, what you have worked, right? So that's fine. 2 minutes. I mean, I'm not saying that typically it would be somewhere around like 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. So I don't want it. I don't want you guys to say or extend it beyond 2 minutes. Okay. I know you have covered it within 1.5 or maybe even within 1 minute, but I see that you guys are saying lot many unnecessary points that are actually not required. So don't try to explain the process, how you were doing it. So all that is not required. All that should be said when they ask you the question. Actual interview questions, when they start asking you how were you actually installing, how were you doing this, how were you reporting the bug, where were you reporting. So all that needs to be covered there. Okay, if you want to say that you have exposure to Jira tool, just say that you are logging the defects in Jira. That is enough. Don't say how we were actually doing. Okay, the backlog part, all that is not required. Each and every person who is into the development team, when I say development team, the whole process of what you see in the SDLC, right? So everybody who will be involved in that, so everybody will know that. Okay, everything about the backlogs, that this and everything. Okay, so as a QA, what are all the skill sets that you have to focus mainly on that. That is very much important. What all you have worked on, and the verbs that you use there. Do you have just the knowledge on SQL, just knowledge on Charles proxy, or very good experience working with the ADB commands? Okay, you have very good exposure working in agile environment. So all these needs to be covered. Do you have just knowledge on agile methodology, or you worked in agile methodology? Both are different. Do you understand that? Do you understand this, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
The difference, right? So that is very important. I think Afreen, you did not, you joined late, a bit late. Can you please
Yes, ma'am.
tell me about yourself?
Ma'am,
Yes, yes,
Pawan,
is it
ma'am.
network?
just a minute, let
Yeah,
her
ma'am.
complete so you can.
Yeah, ma'am.
Afreen.
Myself, Afrin Taj. Myself, Afrin Taj. I am from Bangalore. I'm born and brought up in Bangalore, and I'm a computer science engineering graduate from Dr. Ambedkar Institute of Technology. I have an experience of overall 3.5 years as a manual QA, manual mobile QA. So I have an experience on manual, mobile, API, and database testing. I have been always involved in requirement analysis, writing test cases, writing the test plan, and also involved in reviewing the test cases. I was sometimes involved in giving the demos to the stakeholders as well. And then I have a good experience on doing database backend testing by using MySQL. And I have done various black box testing, end-to-end testing, integration testing, regression testing. And then I have a hands-on experience on tools like Jira tool to track the defects or to log the defects whenever I find the defects. And then Postman tool uh, and also Charles proxy and browser stack. And I have always experienced doing mobile testing or testing the API calls through. Okay, stuck here. Yeah. So I have worked on. I have experienced on ADB commands.
Sorry, Afreen,
So
is it ABD or ADB? Many of you
it
made this mistake.
ADB commands.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's it, ma'am.
No, that's okay, but be conscious when you're saying ADB. It's ADB. Okay.
I said ADB. Maybe it helps.
Yeah, no problem, but most of them make this mistake. So I remember, like, in the previous class also, some of them said the same thing. So that's how I could remember. Yeah, go ahead. Can you hear me, Afreen? Are you done?
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible? Yeah. I have good
Yeah.
knowledge on SDLC and STLC, and I was working in agile environment where I used to attend various meetings like daily stand-up meeting, retrospective meeting, or bug triage meeting. This is all about me.
All right. Pavan?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Can I hear me, ma'am? My network is little dragging.
No problem. Go ahead. If you drop, then I mean, if you're not able to, uh,
Yeah,
hello, haha,
yeah,
yeah, go ahead. We'll see how it goes.
yeah. Hi, I'm Pawan Benayak, born and brought up in Bangalore. I'm working as a software test engineer, currently working at XYZ company from past 2 years. I have overall experience of 3 years in manual, mobile, and API database testing. Like I have technical skills like manual web application, manual testing, API testing, database testing with good knowledge of MySQL. I have used tools and technology tools like Jira tool, Postman tool, Charles Proxy, Browser Stack tool, ADB commands, and Android Studio. I have very good experience in working in agile methodology. Uh, like I have good knowledge in STLC and STLC life cycle. I have came across two e-commerce domain projects like Nika and GeoMart, which are covered in both web and mobile application. The recent project would be the GeoMart application. That's everything.
So recent project could be ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡಿ, could be ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ
Yeah.
ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮ್ದು
Yeah.
ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಏನಂತ. ಸೊ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಮೈ ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ದ ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೊ ಅಂಡ್ ಸೊ ಆ ತರ ಹೇಳಿ. ಗಾಟ್ ಇಟ್?
ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇದೆಯಮ್ಮ?
ಹಾ ಯಾ ವೈ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂನಾ?
ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ನಾನು ಕನ್ವೆ ಮಾಡುವ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತಾ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಅದು ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ಪಿಚ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರತ್ತೆ. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ವೆನ್ ಬಾಯ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಅದು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇರತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫೈನ್. It is understandable. So it's not that's not an issue. Yeah, but I can see some very good change with the way all of you are trying to say the points and how you're trying to convey. But yeah, that doesn't mean that you're perfect. Okay, so there's a lot of improvement is needed. So I want you guys to practice it every day. Okay, not just during the presentation. That's just a platform where others can guide you. If you're making some mistakes, other can guide you, and other person will also get to know from how you speak, so they get some points so that they can implement it. Okay, that's just a platform, but I want you guys to prepare by yourself. Okay, when you study in your study time, so please first, every day, first thing that you need to do is prepare or answer your self reduction. Just prepare on how you need to say, which are all the points I need to say. You have prepared it. You have prepared a notes, or you have written it somewhere, that what and all should I actually explain while giving the self reduction. Okay, I'm not going to mention too many points. First, you prepare with whatever you have written. Okay, whatever points that you have made, and just go ahead with that. Okay, so we'll tweak it a bit later. Okay, by the time we complete the practical the project class, and within your mock interview, I'm going to give you some additional points. Okay, yeah, so today, apart from this, what we're going to cover is some of the questions which the interviewer can ask you. So I'll just see. So somebody had shared. Okay, so some of the questions on the live project. Okay, the duration and how many, what was the size of your team, what was the size of, how many developers were there, what was the ratio of the developers and testers. Okay, how many sprints did you work on, how many in these years, or maybe in your recent project, how many test cases have you written. Okay, so these kind of questions can be asked. Basically, first you have to be clear from I mean, as an individual, because there are so many people. As an individual, make sure to define a duration for each and every project. So say for you have worked on 3 projects. I'm just giving a vague example, but please try to understand, this is just an example. Okay, you shouldn't say like, I have experience of 3 years and I worked on 3 projects, each project one year. That is not valid. I mean, you don't prepare it in that way, but yeah, this is just an example. Okay. So if you're showing 3 years of experience, how many projects are you showing? Two projects, right? Yes or no?
ma'am.
Right. So just for the calculation purpose, to make it very easy, I'm just taking this example as 3 years of experience with 3 projects. So how will it be? One project, 1 year. So each project 1 year. Is this okay? Is this clear? Just an example. This is just an example, just for calculation purpose. So basically, you have to decide the project that I'm working on. Okay, each project, what is the duration I have to mention? Say, for example, okay, for you to prepare, the actual calculation would be something like, if you're showing 3 years of experience and you're showing 2 projects, how many years of experience on each project are you planning to show?
1.5 and 2. Is that 2
So
years
it
or
will be
1.5?
3.5, totally 3.5 years of experience.
Yeah.
Right. So this is how you need to decide. First, decide on which project you want to show as your latest project. That will be something like, if you have selected 2 projects, which project you can answer very confidently. Okay. So that project, you keep it as your latest project. Because any question asked on that particular application, you can answer because you have explored it well. Right. That is one thing. Whenever the interviewer asks you, like in your previous roles or in your previous projects, so give me this scenario, some example of when you were able to find a very critical bug, if this is a question. So he actually explicitly mentioned that in your previous projects you can consider any of your previous project. He did not say only in this project which is a critical, okay, bug. Instead, you can choose any application and you can answer any application. When I mean the only applications that you are actually mentioned in your project, okay, where you are showing experience. Say, who's that? Why the he? She said Practo. She has to give example only on Practo. Puneet Kumar, he has to, sorry, Practo and the one application. Either of them, she can answer. Puneet said Wogo and a few more he mentioned. So he can give examples on any of those 3 applications. Nothing, none of the other applications other than those 3. So if they ask you, can you tell me what do you mean by, or can you give an example for integration scenario? Take any example and answer. But the difference between the experienced candidate and the fresher is that a fresher would take WhatsApp as an application, WhatsApp as an example, Facebook as an example, Gmail as an example. But you are an experienced candidate. You just, since you're working, or since you're serving the notice period, that means again you're still working, right? Otherwise, you might have left job just a week back or 3 days back, right? That doesn't mean that you forgot everything about your previous project. You remember each and everything, right? So that is where you can give some examples on the projects that you're showing experience, on the projects that you're saying that you have worked on. So please try to give examples on the projects that you have worked on. That gives a lot of added value to your answers. Please try to understand. Okay, this is one point. And just to get back, so basically, if you're showing 3 years of experience, each project 1 year. Okay, now they might ask you, can you explain, or can you say which was the critical bug? Now what you can do is you can answer any of the example from any of the projects that you have worked on, or one more better option is that take the example from the latest application that you have worked on. So by default, you have to understand, you have to answer with the latest project. Suppose like Puneet said, your latest project is only web application, and the question that they have asked is regarding mobile web application or mobile application. So you can go back to the previous project, the older project, and give an example from that project. But most of the times, please make sure that you give an example from the latest or the current project. Okay, there is no rule that you have to give the examples or you have to answer, you have to pick some answers or scenarios from the latest application. There is no rule. But if you try to answer in that way, what they will think, the other person would think, is that you're still in a mood of working in that particular project. You're still in that mood, you're still in the flow, is what he'll get to know. Okay, just to make him understand indirectly that you're still kind of working and you have very good exposure or experience, and things are still in your head. Okay, so he'll just try to understand in that way. Okay, so first thing is, make sure about the experience. Okay, total number of years of experience, and then divide it with respect to each and every project. You can keep like just 1 year for one project if you have 3 years of experience, and 2 projects in those 3 years. 1 year one project, 2 years another project. Is this understandable? This is very simple. Okay, and which is your latest project? On the project which you are very good with, I mean you are confident with explaining any kind of answers, or you have explored more. Okay, so that, keep it as your latest project. Please make this update in your resume. And coming back to the resume, how many of you have prepared your resume? Afreen, Sanjana, where are your resumes? All of you
Ma'am, I
mailed me.
shared. Yes, ma'am, I shared.
Afreen shared, Kavyashree shared, others.
We'll share now.
No problem. But yeah, please don't be late. Please share it. So update on Afreen's and Kavyashree's. Afreen's I couldn't see. But, Kavyashree's just one small thing. So your picture on the resume is not that. I don't want to mention it as good because it looks like a full image of yours. I mean, a portrait image of yours. I just want it to be just a minute, Puneet. I'll get back. So I want it to be just your face, or just like a passport size photo, right, Kaveshri? Like you
ma'am.
can see only your face and up to your shoulders. It might not have to be a formal picture, but yeah, if okay, even it can be a casual picture, but make sure it is a very clear picture. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Puneet. Puneet, did you have anything to say? If you're speaking, we cannot hear you.
I'm so sorry, I was talking on mute.
Huh.
Yeah, Apurva, regarding the resume, I have updated everything, but regarding the experience thing, I've kept it just unattended. That's the reason I'm not sent you. Is it okay if I send you the way it is?
No. I want it to be filled. Why? Don't you know? I mean, I'm not sure what is the experience that you want to mention.
No, the company name of where I've worked, I'm not aware of that, right?
That's fine. Company name, you can keep it as ABC, XYZ,
Yeah.
whatever. Or you can just keep an underline. Don't keep an underline. Say mention it as XYZ. Later you can update. Remove that XYZ and put the company name. That's enough.
Okay. Then I have it, Apurva. I'll send it to you right away.
What about the split of your projects and experience with respect to the projects?
I have,
projects?
I have written all those things. I've
So
filled
all
those
that
things.
is important. I hope since everybody's everybody has started to prepare your resumes. I hope everybody is clear with the duration of each and every project, and in turn, that actually gives you the overall experience. So everybody is clear with that. Next, so current project. The first question could be, what is the duration of your current project? So what is the duration of the current project that you have worked on? That will be, what is the experience that you're showing for the latest project? Say 3 projects. It doesn't mean that the development happened, testing happened, and the company is closed. After 1 year, company got closed. It doesn't mean that. You worked in the company for 1 year. Okay. I mean, that's very simple. In your project, totally how many features are there? Totally how many features are there? So now, if can somebody give a very good an example of an application which I know? I mean, whichever we use in our day-to-day life, like Facebook, WhatsApp, any application that you guys are showing experience on. Misha, somebody has picked up. Nice. Nobody wants to speak. Tell me some of the application names, no? I
Like
don't
What?
understand why do you keep.
Agio, ma'am.
Sorry?
Nikon,
Agio.
Agio.
What look and feel? Who said look and feel? What is it? Somebody said look and feel. Okay. Agio. So Agio, we use it very often. I mean, I don't use it, but yeah, at least you know
Nikon,
what it is. Sorry, Pavan?
Nikon.
Nika, okay. So,
Yeah.
which are all the features that are there in your project? When they ask you a general application, so there are thousands of features. There are thousands of features. When it comes to your project that you have worked on, say you are saying that you are working on Agio, okay? There are many features that are available. Can you tell me some of the features? Hmm.
So login page or
Hmm.
home page.
They're all
product listing
modules.
page.
Cart page, login page. They're all modules.
Yes, simple features. Yes.
Huh.
So
One step,
search
you have to dive one step deep. Okay?
Add
When I
to
say
cart,
features.
search box or username text field,
Huh.
Filtering
payment,
the product.
phone number text field.
No, just make it very generic. Don't say phone
Generic.
number. You can just say it as text field. Some of the features or the components that are there in your
Password
application.
text
You
field.
have
Yeah.
toggle buttons, check boxes, radio buttons, right?
Logo.
You have carousel, right?
Main
And
menu carousel. Yes.
huh. And what else? You have scroll bars, videos, images are there, right?
pagination,
Pagination can be there, right? I mean, there are so many features. Just try to remember and then answer. So if you have
Click
explored
to
your
action. Okay.
sorry,
Click to action button. The same thing, right?
huh? See, that is CTA. Click to action button is nothing but a button. When I say CTA, okay, what do you mean by CTA?
call to action buttons,
Yes, it's not click to action, it is call to action.
Call to action.
Okay, see, when I say call to action, that means that it is a button. CTA. They can, instead of saying button, they will say it as CTA. Okay. Then they say CTA, you have to understand that that means they're saying it is a button. Okay, some button, submit button, call to action. What do you mean by that? When you make a call on that button, that means indirectly they're saying that when you hit that button, when you click on that button, or when you enter on that button, tap on that button, call is happening to action. Some action is happening. Okay, call to action. Some action is happening. We are making a call to perform that one particular action. See, when you click on submit, what will happen? Submission will happen. When you click on delete, what will happen? Deletion will happen. That is an action that is happening. Okay? Do you understand this? That is the reason they call it as call to action. Clear?
Ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
what is RCA, ma'am? RCA.
Huh. Okay, what is RCA? You tell me, what is RCA?
Root
Root cause
cause.
analysis.
Huh, what is root cause analysis?
First, we'll
Like,
find out the causes, prioritize them, identify which is the root
How
cause,
you
and
need
find
to
the.
answer in an interview? When?
Okay. Okay.
When?
Okay, ma'am.
When I
When?
get a bug, when I
When
get an issue. Start with that.
when I get a bug while performing testing, first I have to try. I'll be trying to find the root cause of that defect.
Hmm.
So I'll identify various root causes and I prioritize them, and finally identify the root cause, and then I'll find the solution for that.
So
We're
what
going
do
to
you
find.
mean by root cause? Was that the question, Shrikant?
Yes, ma'am. One
ma'am,
of the
just
interview questions.
abbreviation, RCA.
Just
And
the full form of RCA, or you want to understand what is RCA?
like I want to understand the RCA.
Okay, so basically, root cause analysis is an analysis. It's a process. You analyze. You can be a developer, you can be a tester, whoever it is. So the team does the RCA whenever you find a bug while performing testing or in any stage of development. Okay, whenever you find a bug, it is not mandatory that only only testers should find a issue or a bug, right? So even while development, they can also find some issues with their code that they have written, right? So when they perform unit testing, okay, they go through the code, that is fine. But when they actually perform some of the front end testing, okay, they actually do some basic round of testing, right? So whenever they find the issue, some issue, they will first try to analyze what is the main cause. Root cause is nothing but, what do you mean by root? Root is something which is hidden and which is beneath, right? So it is actually hidden somewhere. I mean, how do I explain? So what is the main cause? I can say the main cause in the outer or in the UI, some issue is happening, but the reason could be something which I have to find out. Do you understand this? The reason I have to find out, that is called as root cause analysis. Root cause. This issue occurred. Okay, this issue occurred because of something that is not right. Maybe inside the code, maybe with respect to the API call, or maybe something is wrong in the backend. Okay, do you understand this? These are various reasons. So what I need to do as a QA, I will get an issue. Now I have to find out why that issue happened. Why that issue happened. In the UI, I'm not able to log in. Why is that issue happening? First thing, maybe the login is not login button. When you click on login button, the action is not happening. That could be an issue. If it is API issue, the API that is making a call to the server, when you click on the login, okay, the API that is actually making a call, okay, that you can see in the network calls, that particular API, there are various reasons to have the API issue. Maybe the payload that it has been sent to. I mean, the payload, when I say payload, it is nothing but the request. The request, there could be some request issue. Maybe you're not authorized to log in. Okay, 401, unauthorized, or 403, you're forbidden. You don't have access to login. Okay, you're not supposed to log in. You have not given the authority to log in. So that could be an issue. Again, there could be some mistake in the URL that is present. There could be something like, if you want to try to log in, some URL will be there, the root URL will be there, /users. Okay, and in that users, in the URL which was actually shared by the developer to you, you could be missing. In users, you could be missing. Okay, it could be just SCRS. Okay, that could be a reason. Where again, that will be a front-end issue, because there's no problem with the API. But yeah, when you are actually making a call, it is the issue with the URL that is mentioned. So developer, as soon as he corrects it as USCRS, so the hit, everything will happen properly. But where you are trying to locate that API, that itself is wrong. Okay, so that could be an issue, right? So how do you try to analyze? First, I'll go check with the UI. Is that good? If everything is good, working fine in the UI, I'm going to see how the network call is happening. I'll go there. Is it pointing correctly? Everything is fine there or not? So all these things I will check. If everything is fine, even in the API side, now I'm going to test it in the database. In the database, maybe explicitly, I play with SQL database, right? So I know to write SQL commands. So what I will do from backend, that is in SQL commands, what I will do, I will delete the combination of Apurva R, that particular user. I have to log in. To log in, I should have an account. Now what I will do, in the database, I am going to delete that particular row. That particular row, Apurva. There was an account with the name Apurva and my mobile number. That is my unique identifier. That is the primary key. Okay, I'm going to edit it, or I'm going to update it. I'm going to delete it. Now, with the same old credentials, if I try to log in, now there could be a possibility that in the backend, maybe yesterday, for some other testing purpose, some other feature I was testing. So I might have updated it as inactive. That user is inactive. Now, if I try to log in, I will not be able to log in. Maybe I have deleted that row itself. I will not be able to log in. So this is just an example that I'm trying to give you. When you get an issue, you try to see why that issue happened. What is the cause? Where is the actually mistake? Where the mistake has happened? Okay. So all these things you try to analyze. That is called as root cause analysis. Do you understand this, Shrikant? Got some idea?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Any other questions, guys? Shall we move forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how many features are there? You can mention some of the features and say that these are the main features that are available in my project. I have seen these features. So I have told you, when it comes to mobile applications, you can say that you had a fab icon, you had you have a what menus, under menus you had different drop downs, you had, right, you had autocomplete features. Okay, these are all features. So you can say that there were so many features that are present in my application. So how many test engineers are there in your project? Did I give you the ratio of developers and test engineers any time?
No, ma'am.
Okay, this is very important. Please understand it carefully. They might ask you what was your team size, the whole team size. Okay, you were working, let's say you were working for Misho, and you were purely working on cart. There could be a possibility. You mostly, I mean, you will be expert. You will have that expertise on one particular a module or a feature, because that module itself is very big when it comes to Misho. Okay, so there could be a possibility, but if it is a established company and your product is already stable, then you will be working, or you will have exposure working in different what modules, all the modules maybe. Okay, now what is the question? Total number of developers and testers. So now you can say that see, again, it depends. If you have worked for a project, say your latest project, just give the number of testers or developers for your latest project. Mention, when they ask you this question, total number of testers that were there in your team, or total number of developers who are there in your team, or total team size, complete whole development, your BAs, including your developers, testers. If they ask you all this, usually BA will be 1, 2, 3. Depends on how big or how complex your application is. Because one BA cannot handle all the stories. One BA cannot handle all the requirements. Okay. There was one Scrum Master, one product manager, and 2 BAs. I think 2 is fine. Okay. You can say 1 also, not an issue. But yeah, if you are saying that your project is really big, okay, you can mention it as 2 BAs. 3 is also fine. If it is really very complex, then you can say there were 3 BAs just in your team. But to be on the safer side, say 1 or 2. That's enough. Okay. Now, coming to the developers, there was one development lead. Usually for testing team and development team, however big your team size is, okay, there will be one lead and one development lead and one testing lead usually, and your team size can differ. So when it comes to development team, keep the ratio like 1:2 or 1:3. 1:3. So what do you mean by 1 and what do you mean by 3? 1 will be number of testers and 3 will be number of developers. Okay. Always number of testers will be less than number of developers. Okay. Development requires a lot of time when compared to testing, and development is really complex when compared to testing. Okay. That is the reason number of testers are less compared to number of developers. Now, as I have already told you, if we pick 10 stories in one sprint based on the team size, based on the complexity, all that, those aspects will be considered. So based on the team size and based on the complexity, based on the efforts, okay, some of the stories will be assigned to some of the developers. Say out of 10, if your team size is when I say team size, the development team size is say 6. There are 6 developers. Okay, how many number of testers do you expect? If I say 6, keep your testers count as 3, that is 1:2 or 1:3, somewhere like 2 members. You cannot say 1.5. Can you say 1.5 was my team size?
No,
2.5,
ma'am.
3.5.
No,
I
ma'am.
cannot split a person and keep half of him, right? I cannot hire half of a person. Yeah. So you should say something like 3 or 2. That is good. Okay. If the developer team size is 7, say it as 3. Say testers were 3. Okay. Say the development team was 15. There were 15 developers. What can be your testers QA team size? You can say it as 5, or 4 is also fine. 6 also you can say, but don't try to keep it give very big number. So 5 is fine. Don't go beyond 5. Okay, are you understanding? So keep the ratio. Okay, ratio 1:2 or 1:3. Okay,
So can you say 18 for like testing team and development team 54 like that, ma'am?
development team how many?
54.
54.
It will be a lot.
That will be huge.
Okay.
Then the company will be
Loss.
bankrupted and they have to shut it down. Okay,
So within
what
less.
company does is they hire less people and make them work. I mean, they get a lot of work from them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So
Puneet.
team.
Laugh. Okay. So what is your question, Afreen?
Yeah, like what number should we give, ma'am? Like, should be like 8 or for testing team? Then will
No,
it
no,
be
no.
enough or we?
Actually, see, basically what happens, I remember one weird thing that was at Byju's, okay? There were, since you said 50, I just remember that. There were more than 50 QA. And my scrum call would go beyond half an hour. Okay, we were not even getting 1 minute time for each individual to give the updates on the scrum call. Okay, there were more than 50 members at Byju's. So everybody used to connect to, I mean, even the automation team, the manual, everybody used to sit in one big conference room. So it was really weird. I have never seen in my career, but yeah, that was how it was. So development team, we do not know because we never interacted with the developers. I mean, those were COVID days, and so we were connecting with them on the calls. But yeah, in between we used to go to office, but we have never seen the development team. I don't even know how the development team is. And here there can be one more question. They might ask you sometimes. So was dev with you? That is DEV. So dev. Whenever they say dev, it just means that developer, short form of developer, is dev. DEV. Okay. Please don't panic when they tell you what's the dev team. You were you collaborating with the dev team? You shouldn't be wondering what is dev. Okay, dev is nothing but developers. Okay, so they might ask you one more question. Did you closely work with the development team? You might say no. I mean, I don't prefer you to say no. Okay, usually there should be collaboration, which is part of agile methodology. Okay, so that is when you say agile, right? So you should be flexible and you have to interact with too many people. Okay, there should be very good communication between the team members, right? That is one aspect. So please don't say that the developers were staying, or we were actually our team was just the testing team which we had in our organization. So we got the project from some other company and we were actually performing testing. That can also happen, but that will happen in the service based companies. Since most of you have selected products, so you will be working in product based companies. Okay, and you will not have any clients. Okay, you are not providing any service. It is a product. It's a product. You understand this? It's a product, and all the team members will stay in the same office. You might have different locations. That is possible, but the development team and the testing team, usually you collaborate and work together. Okay, if they ask you, was the development team working with you, say that. Otherwise you can say like, the testing team was in one floor, the development team was in another floor. Did you understand this? Guys, clear on this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So did you get the ratio of developers and testers? So a good number that you can give is something like 18 developers is to 5 testers, 18 developers, 6 testers. Okay, or 10 developers is to, but don't give a whole number. Okay, 10 developers is to 4 QA or 3 QAs. Okay, did you understand, Afreen? So these are good numbers.
Yes, ma'am, understood.
15 developers, but please don't, I usually don't say that. I mean, you better give a number for developers within 15, not beyond 15. That becomes very complex to handle, because I've seen that in Byju's. Yeah, that becomes very complex. So keep it within 15 for developers. So accordingly, say that if it is 15 developers, say like 6 testers were there. Our team was totally, the count was 6. Was that including your test lead? Say yes. Okay, that is fine. Otherwise, you can say no. But when you say an answer, please stick on to it. And you have to remember, for all the interviews, you have to stick on to one thing and you have to say that. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so totally in your project, current project, or in your project, how many test cases are there? If they don't mention current project, if they just say in your project, how many test cases have you written? Please consider your latest project. Okay, because try to understand in real time. Okay, I will not be able to give a number. Okay, on the test cases that I have written in my very first organization. I really don't remember. But when it comes to my current project, I can remember. I can vaguely remember, but yeah, I can give some average number. Okay, approximate number I can give. Okay, so that's the reason whenever they ask you, please mention that. Yeah, so when they ask you what is the number of test cases that you have written, without mentioning that you have to answer it on with respect to your current application, you consider saying that in my current project. Okay, I don't remember exactly, but I as far as I know, I think I have written around. See, nobody will know how many test cases you have written. Okay, even if you have written, even if you can get the count, nobody will go and look back and see how many test cases you have written. Maybe the lead might see. Okay, the lead might see. If he doesn't have any other work, he will go and see how many each person has written. So he'll put some queries in your Jira or TFS, and he's going to see all that. But usually you will be held up with so much of work that you will not have time to look at all that. Trust me. Okay. And it is not mandatory that you have to give a very specific number. Okay, just give some approximate number. How much can you give? Say, for example, you have worked for 1 year in a project. 1 year. I can just give you some vague numbers. Okay, but please mention that. So I don't remember exactly the number of test cases that I have written, but yeah, I vaguely remember that I had written around 2,000 test cases from past 1 year, or from past 6 months. I have written around 800 test cases, 900 test cases. They might ask you, see, the calculation shouldn't be like each day you will write test cases. That's not possible. Each sprint, if it lasts for 1 month, assume it will last for 1 month. In that whole 1 month, let us consider only working days. Okay, how many working days will be there? I'll just share my screen. Please think practically. Okay, Okay, if 1 month, one sprint. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If you see here, from 1st to 31st. Okay. So how many days, working days will be there? So 5 into 4, 20 days approx. I'm just taking an average value. So 20 days. Each day, if you say I'll write 50 test cases, just a vague number. How many? 20 days into 50. How many? How much? 20 into 50?
100.
1,000.
1,000. Do you think you will write 1,000 test cases in a month? Not
No.
possible. Why? Because do you write test cases each and every day?
No, we have to
In a,
execute
in a
as well.
sprint? In a sprint? Not possible. You will not possible, Allah. You don't write it because it's not required. You might be updating, you might add some additional test cases, but very few. Not too many. Yes or no? Even at the end of the sprint, you might write test cases. You might add some additional test cases. You might delete some test cases that are not required when maybe there's a requirement change, or you might have missed some test case which needs to be covered that you can write. How many you will miss? 2, 3, 5? That's all. Not more than that. You get that? So in this whole, like in one complete month, 5 working days per per week, you don't have to say that, you don't have to calculate in that way. Just give a very good number. So what I say is, if you say that um you are showing experience for 1 year, you can say like you have written 2,000 test cases approx. Mention the approx number. That word is very important. I might have written approximately around 2,000. You don't remember, you don't know. Okay. So from past 6 months, I might have written like 900,000 test cases, 1,200 test cases. Those are all good numbers. So this is what you can say. You get that? In my whole project career, since I'm showing my project experience that is in the current project, I might be showing experience, or I might be saying that in my resume that I from past when 1 second May 2023 or January 2023. It will be 1.5 years. I don't have to say in those 1.5 years how many I have written. You can just say in past 1 year, or in past 6 months, in past 3 months. In past 3 months, I've written around 700 test cases. You can say that. Give a good number, but you shouldn't say like 10,000 test cases I've written, 20,000. No, that's not at all possible. Okay. Did you get an idea on this? There are some calculations, but that will take a lot of time, and I feel that that's not actually required, and you cannot go ahead with the calculation. So the calculation would be something like, I told you, no, every day you will not write test cases, but that those calculations will say per day, if you write these many test cases, totally it will be 20 working days. So for 20 working days, how many test cases you will write? So one sprint is 1 month. So 12 sprints will be 1 year. So in 1 year, you will write so many test cases. You get that? You get that?
Yes.
That never happens. That never happens in real time. So nobody will I mean, the interviewer, he wouldn't ask you, or he wouldn't specify. No, you have to tell me in past 2 years, you're showing your experience as 2 years, right? In a single project. So in single project for 2 years, how many you have written? For 1.8 years, you're showing experience. In 1.8, how many you have written? Say you don't remember, but sometime back, like had seen, or my lead told me that I have written good number of test cases, and the count looked good, the graph looked good. So he was just comparing the number of test cases that I have written with other people, or he was just trying to look at everybody's test cases. Okay. And total number of test cases that each and every person has written from past 6 months, and he told me that I hold a good number in the graph. Okay. So that is he was actually appreciating, and that was a positive feedback. That is how I am able to remember. You can say this. That actually happened with me. So I am just giving you the example. Okay. So nobody will remember all that. Okay. These are very simple, but you'll be trapped there. So that's the reason you have written in your current. How many test cases can you write per day? I've covered this already. Give like around, at least if the feature that you're writing test cases for, or if the story or the requirement, if the feature is very, very complex, say 30, 35 is a good number. I mean, I don't say that's a bad number. If you feel like the feature is on an average scale, if the feature complexity is average, then you can say that you will be able to write 35 to 40, and if it is very easy, you will write 50 test cases approx. Okay, I think you have covered this. Any questions on this?
No, Apurva.
Test cases writing, test case review, and test case execution. This count, what should be the ratio? I have given this already, so I'll not be able to. I mean, I'm not going to discuss on this. Please go back and check with the recording. If somebody has made a note, can somebody repeat? If somebody has made a note on this, how many test cases you can write per day, review and execute per day? Mm,
Ma'am, if the features are simple ones, we can write 25 to 30. Or if it is a complex one, 15 to 20 or sometimes 25.
Hey, I did not give this number, Afreen. Please make sure you write it like 30 for complex, 30 to 35 for complex.
Okay.
Hey, sorry, what is that you are actually saying? Is it with respect to the review or execution or writing test cases?
Writing test cases. You're asking review, ma'am.
Yes, I'm asking about review and execute. And when I say write test cases per day, please give a good number. 12, 15 is very, I mean, that's a very less number. That's not a good number. You have
Okay,
to portray yourself as a very, if you want to showcase yourself as a very good test engineer, then you have to write good number of test cases, and that good number means 50 or 40 or 30. Okay, 30, 40, 50. 30 when it comes to complex applications, complex features. 40 medium, very easy ones or simple ones. Please keep it at 50. I mean, even if it is medium, you can say you will be able to write 50. Don't give an exact number, give the range 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45, 45 to 50. Give some range. Review and execute. What is that I mentioned?
Around 55 test cases, ma'am, for review.
Okay.
And for execution, around 55 to 60.
So writing, whatever you say for writing, give some additional, I mean, increase the count and say it for review, and again increase some additional increase the count and say it for what is that, execution. I had covered this. Please go back and check. Okay, that is the reason why I tell you make a note of everything that I tell you. Just scribble. You're not school going kids, so that I have to give the notes, right? So please go back and check, guys, or go back to the recording and check. So how have you spent 2 years or 1 year or 3 years in your current project? So what do they expect? How have you spent? That means what and all you were doing in your current project. Basically, you were attending all the meetings. So once after the sprint planning meeting is done, during the meeting, if you had any doubts, you were getting it clarified, and you start writing the test cases. You review the test cases, get your test cases reviewed, right? So the basic flow that I told you, like what and all you perform in your organization, activities that you perform in an organization. So please mention all that. So it's one and the same. Okay. Any other questions, guys?
Can you repeat once, ma'am?
Which one? Last one?
Yes, ma'am.
If you remember, like I had covered. Okay, fine. I'll just elaborate on this. How have you spent these many years in your current project? So, okay, basically during the initial days of the sprint, okay, I attend different meetings. So in the initial days of the sprint, I attend the sprint planning meeting or the sprint refinement meetings, where the backlog features are pulled to the current sprint, and that will be explained by the BA. Okay, so once that has been explained, if we need any clarifications, we are going to discuss about that, and we do the estimation, and we provide the story points. Okay, so once that is being done, once we are ready with the requirement, okay, we do some we go through the requirement once more, and we start writing the test cases. Once the test case documentation is done, we get it reviewed by our peers or the leads. Okay, parallelly, in the meantime, we review other people's test cases. Okay, other QA members test cases, your team members test cases, and once that is done, by that time there is a possibility, also it is not something like we have to write test cases only for one particular story. We might be assigned with multiple stories, right? So it takes quite a lot of time, and by then, if in case if we get a build, okay, for any of the stories, so we have to start test case execution, and before that we have to make sure that the test data is prepared before starting the execution. Okay, so once I start execution of the test cases, okay, with the help of the test data, and I need to make sure that the precondition is ready. So I execute the test cases and report the issues if I find any. If it is working fine, I'm going to update the status as pass. If it is not, that means if I find any issues, I'm going to update it as failed. And parallelly, I'm going to raise the bug in Jira or whichever tool that you want to mention. Okay, since you have worked only on Jira, so you can say I am going to raise it on Jira. Don't say defect tracking tool. Okay, just mention it as Jira. Jira is acts as a defect tracking tool, but it is a project management tool. Don't say in the defect tracking Jira. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So these are all the day-to-day activities. When it comes to the other part, I mean, I mean, in addition to that, you can say that when the fixes were given, we were raising it and the developer was fixing it. Once the developer used to give us the build, okay, we were going to do the retesting, and we also used to perform regression testing. Once performing all these types of testings, I was also involved in performing integration testing. Okay, as I have very good exposure, or I have an expertise working um, on this what application. So this is all what I have done, and I also have worked on mobile application testing. So when it comes to mobile applications, we were getting the build, okay, and we were performing testing. How could you perform testing, they might ask you. Okay, on mobile applications, so once they gave us the build, mobile application is nothing different from web application testing. So whatever we used to perform on the web application, if it is the same application, say for example Meesho, how do you test Meesho on web application and mobile application? That is the question that they asked you. So if it is on the web application, whatever you perform, whatever types of testings you perform, same thing you perform it on the mobile application. But what is the difference? In addition to that, you perform some interruptions, you perform installation, uninstallation, okay, and some gestures are different, so you have to perform gestures, right? And with respect to os, you might face some crashes in the mobile application. So all these additional points that will be present. Okay, so indirectly they are asking you what was the question, just a minute. How have you spent 2 years? They're not asking each and every day what exactly how you spent your time. Okay, instead they want to know your day-to-day activity in brief. What all did you do as a manual test engineer? And in addition to that you also have exposure to mobile application testing. You were able to take logs with the help of ADB commands, since you have very good exposure working on ADB commands. You have good experience working on Android Studio, you can say Charles Proxy. So indirectly you're saying that what all you have done, when they ask you what all you have done in your current project, you are saying that these are all the aspects, I mean these are all the tools or my area of expertise. Okay, you're trying to indirectly say that this is what I have done, all these things I have exposure to. Okay, understood? I mean, you can form stories. Yeah, I'm not saying that like you have to answer the same way that I told just now. Okay, you can prepare your own points and you can answer. Clear, Shrikant?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any questions, guys?
No.
Okay. So the day is near. So 1st of June, right? Saturday. So you will be this Saturday, coming Saturday will be the mock. Please take it seriously. Okay. I'm not going to take repetitive mock because even I'm held up with a lot of work. So please take it seriously. Okay. So my next batch will start, and I'll have to concentrate on that as well, right? Hope you understand. So please take it seriously. Not just me. Everybody will be uh, moving forward. You are the only one who will be left behind. So please join us, okay? And what? Prepare well so that we help you get a job. Do you understand? Yes, Puneet.
Apurva, I have a few doubt on the resume part.
Hmm.
I have bunch of certifications which I've completed. Not sure what to be added, what not to be added on the resume because of the complete different domain. Do you suggest adding any of the certifications or not?
We can discuss this a couple of minutes later. If
Okay.
others have any questions, please stay. Otherwise, you guys drop. Puneet, you stay. Does anybody have any other questions?
Ma'am,
No.
what
Okay.
we call
Yeah,
like
friend.
we write test cases before the coding part has been started, or before the build has been given, like sometimes, right? Based on the requirements.
No, as soon as the sprint planning meeting is done, so basically,
Okay.
what is the requirement that you have to write test cases or for test case documentation? You need to know the requirements, correct?
Yeah.
Once you know the requirements, you start writing. Suppose if you have any doubts with respect to any of the points that is mentioned in the acceptance criteria, I'm specifying this because you shouldn't remember. Okay, any of the points that is mentioned in the acceptance criteria, they're going to the BA is going to give the requirements in points, correct? Correct or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So if some clarification is required, it doesn't mean that I have to stop writing the test case. I will continue my test case documentation, and that particular point will be held there. Okay. So
Ma'am,
that
so this process is called as test driven process, ma'am. Like we are writing test
test driven.
cases before. Okay.
Yes.
And then what is this open space, ma'am, and empathy?
What open space? Sorry, I didn't get you.
Actually, I went through a quiz on Agile, no, online. So I
Ah.
got this question. What is this open space meeting or something? Empathy map in design thinking. So,
I'm sorry, I'm not getting you.
so it was the quiz was on Agile methodology, ma'am.
Okay.
So I just thought of those questions. One of was
Pavni?
the question. Yeah.
Tell me, tell me.
It's like open space or meeting kind of in technology, ma'am.
See, there is something called as test driven, data driven. Okay. So please
Okay.
don't worry about all that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Please keep it aside for now. Please try to crack the interview with whatever is taught. Okay. If you are asked with those kind of 101%, they are not going to ask you because that is not important. You are not a scrum master to know all that. Okay. If you take some agile certification, then you will be asked all that. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So management level, if you roles, if you try to search for job on management level, so all that is very important. But yeah, you are a technical person, and hence don't worry too much on those points. And if you want some additional information, so you can just Google. But what I suggest you is you have too many things to learn here. I mean, in whatever we have taught you. Okay, so please concentrate on that. So this is actually not very important. Okay,
Okay.
test driven, data driven, so all that is
But
there.
the thing is, like, I'm thinking, like, all of a sudden we are getting a new question in interview, like, whatever we have learned. If it's
Okay,
little different, no, we are not able to recognize it.
but yeah, this is actually very important. Whenever you face or come across these kind of questions, please ask. Then you will get to know whether that question is important or not. Make sure. Okay, now I can since I've told her that this is not important, you can ignore. I mean, all of you can ignore. But it can happen sometimes. It could be an important question. Okay, so whenever you come across these kind of questions where you're not able to answer or you're not able to understand, please ask and then get to know whether that is important or not. See, if I start explaining all that, that will take you somewhere else, okay, and you will be confused. So please forget about all that.
Apurva, I'm sorry, I missed that question. What was the question that Afreen asked?
Test driven, sorry, which one? Test driven, huh? Afreen?
Empathy mapping and open space, ma'am. It was agile methodology questions.
I think this is not the right platform. Afreen, you can drop that and continue. Don't worry. Please drop it here.
Okay.
Okay. Forget about that and please move forward with your preparation. Okay. Any other questions?
All right. Thank you. No one. Thank you.
No. Any other questions to anyone? I mean, other people, do you have any questions? If not, you can drop, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please tell me, what are all the certifications that you have?
Yeah, Apurva. Is it better if I show you because I have a bunch of
Yeah,
certification? Yeah,
definitely.
1 second. Apurva, regarding the Afrin question, isn't open space the meeting which we schedule ourselves?
That is the open space meeting, what she
Okay.
mentioned, but she was asking about the data driven and the test driven, which is actually not
Okay.
important. So we can ignore that. I mean, all those are not required, Puneet.
Okay.
Ignore. No use speaking about all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apurva, I have a ethics certification.
AI ethics certification. So, what do you mean by ethics there under AI?
It is the basic foundation to learn AI. Without these ethics, I mean, learning AI would be of no use kind of thing.
So, where did you get this certification from?
I think this is from Udemy. Let me check. Yep, it's from Udemy.
Okay, next one.
I have Amazon SageMaker. It is an AI platform in the AWS.
Could you please open the first one, AI ethics certification? Just
Yeah,
open and scroll down.
sure.
What does the content say? You have successfully completed what? What does it say?
It's artificial intelligence ethics certification with the instructor name, with my name and the certification URL reference number kind of things. That's it.
Why don't you get into AI? I mean,
I tried, Apurva. I mean, they're all asking for experience, which I don't carry. Most of my certificate belongs to that. Amazon SageMakers, data analysis, data management, data science, CRISP. I've completed all those things, but they're asking for experience. Without experience, the packages what they're offering is same what I'm getting right now.
okay, listen. The question that I asked you, the
Mhm.
same question the interviewer might ask.
Oh, okay.
You
No,
get that?
yeah, got it, got it.
When you add all these, he might
Mhm.
ask you, I saw that, because these are very crucial part in your resume, right?
Yeah,
All your certifications.
but these adds on to the whatever the automation things is because these are all a part of the automation process what
If
we are.
you are applying or if you
Mhm,
want to attend a job on automation as
mhm,
date,
mhm.
then definitely you have to add all
Okay,
these. But
okay.
if you're trying for manual mobile API,
Mhm.
okay, first please make sure that you are good in that. Okay,
Okay,
all
okay.
these things will tend the interviewer. I mean, it tends the interviewer to ask, say that why don't you try for what something else? They
Mhm.
might say that you are um I mean, you're held nowhere, like neither there nor here.
Got it. I
You might
understood.
say that I have done the certification, I did not, they are asking for experience, I don't have.
Okay.
They
So
might say, then you
regarding
should
the
know
manual part,
that.
AWS cloud exam, AWS cloud practitioner will work, I guess, right? This is from the AWS platform itself. I mean,
I think that'll work. That'll work.
okay. Okay. What about the empathy, interpersonal skills, badges,
But
and all that?
serving with trust and transparency. What is that? Empathy.
This is a badges what I've got in the company, Apurva.
Which company? Current
Kin-
company?
yeah, current company.
Which company is that?
That's Kindle. Uh,
Okay.
but I won't be showing the Kindle experience again. That's another thing. so I can't show this.
But
So I
they are
think
not PNGs, and how could you?
this is just a thing which I've downloaded. Apurva. It is in my official email that all the certificates. I've not downloaded that because
Ah,
I uh,
can you
I
show me
have.
just one, please? Just one.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah.
Okay, empathy certificate. I thought. Okay. Was that an official call?
Yeah, that was an official call.
No issues, right?
No issues, Apurva.
Hmm.
That comes under. I think it should be in my portal.
The documents. Hmm.
Not this one. I just downloaded that to add it to my signature. The
See,
sent item.
again,
Mhm,
what matters is if you have it in your mail.
mhm.
Again, your company name will be mentioned.
Yeah, that is there. That is there.
Huh. So here, are you showing your previous experience as a QA?
No.
No. So are you choosing the company name?
Yeah, this is how it comes, Apurva.
Okay, issue to Puneet. When do you have the date? It
Yeah,
has
I
date,
did. Yep,
date and all that. So
yep.
since you're not planning to show the experience that you had in Kindle,
Hmm.
I don't think this could be valid because it also has the date.
Yeah,
You understand?
and will this be a problem because it's all integrated to the Credly official website, which stores
Could
all
be,
my.
could
Oh,
be, could be.
okay.
Actually, see, leadership behavior. I understand. Uh,
Hmm.
I mean, the certificates are. I mean, they add value to your profile.
Hmm.
I understand, but yeah, since you are not planning to show the experience that you had at Kindle,
Hmm.
so I don't think this needs to be added. That will be contradictory. If you, I'm sorry, you can go ahead, I guess.
No problem,
But what
Apurva.
I
That
see is you got it right. You understood it right.
I understood. I understood.
So now it is up to you. If you add it, like you might have too many questions, and
Okay, got it.
you got it
Only the
right.
relevant one. Yeah. My question is, see, this is since it is affiliated with Credly, if in case in the future company, if at all they are merging the collaborating the certificates,
Mhm.
will that will not be an issue, right? Because most of the companies use Credly to collaborate their issued certificates. And if I am getting into a company which uses the same Credly platform again.
So now tell me, in your on your role and your profile,
Mhm.
how important the certifications are.
In my role, we have the current.
Just a minute. Before that, please tell me, since you said most of the companies use Credly.
Mhm,
I mean, in my career and as far as I know, I have. I mean, with respect to the knowledge that I have
mhm,
in development or in the corporate. I mean, not corporate, not everywhere, but in most of the companies,
mhm.
they don't spend a lot of budget. I mean, they'll not have a lot of budget to spend on all this. If it is a very well established company, then they
Okay,
might opt for all these.
okay.
Okay, now tell me, what is the is it something like, okay, in your in the platform, the Credly, okay.
Mhm, mhm,
So how is that they're going to have? So for example, if the new organization
mhm.
once you need your document, and if they want to know that you have a genuine experience, then what are they
Yeah,
going to ask you for? Your pan
correct,
number. So how
correct,
are they going to find out, did the salary get credited, was and they're going to check each and everything, and they're going
correct.
to ask about your UAN number, you had a PF account or not. Why do they need your UAN number? They check that whether the PF has been deducted or not. Based
Correct.
on that, they're going to find out, yes, you have worked, and until when you have worked, what's the gap that you had. So all that
Mhm,
will be found, right? So when it
correct.
comes to Credly, I want to know, like UN number, do we have something?
If a company is affiliated with Credly, and if I have an account, one time created account, it
Huh.
will store all my datas and all my certificates over there, Apurva. That's how
I
it
got
works.
it. In your
Mm,
account, what is
mm.
that unique identifier that you have? Do you have any
Uh,
idea on that?
yeah, there is a Credly reference number which they give, and that number is issued to. Let me show you. I think it's there in the certificate. Yeah, this 9QQW is my official Credly number.
No, my question is, um, see, one person, one Aadhaar. Okay,
Correct. Correct.
one person, one UN.
Correct.
So that will be linked to my bank account. I mean,
Correct.
Aadhaar, not
Mhm,
account.
mhm,
Aadhaar, bank account. I
mhm,
mean, too many things. So if I do some drama here, I'll be
mhm.
caught,
Correct.
right? So what
Correct.
I'm saying is now here, my UAN number is my unique identifier
Correct.
when it comes to PF account. So what
Correct.
is that in Credly?
Nothing as such related to all those things.
Then that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, right? Okay,
Doesn't
cool.
matter. See,
UA number also.
how will the other company get to know there are hundreds of Puneet Kumar
Correct.
in Credly? How will the company get to know that you are the only one who has been issued with those many certificates? I
Yeah,
mean, your new company, how will they get to know?
they wouldn't.
Then there's no problem. Don't
Okay,
worry about
then
all that.
okay, then that's fine.
That's fine. But yeah, I don't prefer adding these certificates in your resume because
Okay.
that's been issued by Credly, and Credly is not the company that you were working for. I
Hmm.
mean, you never worked at Credly, is what you're trying to say, right?
Yes.
And again, if you add certificates here, they would ask you, like, how is that possible? And it also has the date. It
Yes.
also has the Credly that link that you showed me, right?
Correct.
So
Yes.
there is a possibility that they can go there and see when that was
Understood.
issued, what are all the additional informations, what are all the other certifications uh, that is available, because they
Mhm.
have that last number, that unique ID that you showed me, right?
Yes. Yes.
So there are so many possibilities. So please make sure that you don't even add a single certificate with
Okay.
your
Not even the AWS
no,
cloud
no, that
practice.
yeah, I think you can add if you have got it from some other Udemy
Uh,
or some other
this
course.
is this is officially from AWS platform.
Then fine, then fine. Yeah, you can add it.
Okay.
Cloud
Because
practitioner.
it
Yeah.
is valid till 26, and it is a huge funded certification as well, which my current company has funded. So
Mhm.
I think I can add this.
Yeah, you can add this, but since you have got a certification, any
Mhm.
questions based on that, please make sure you're
Yeah, yeah, I will do that.
so because I have already said that
Mhm.
you have half boiled eggs.
True,
Not
true.
acceptable. Well,
Honestly, that is true. I was
right.
wondering around where to go, and this is where I've been stuck right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. Oh, sorry. What do you mean by that?
I mean, I was trying to change my domain, Apurva,
Oh,
get
okay.
into a proper domain, and I was into data science, artificial intelligence everywhere, and ended up with software testing.
I think
One of my friend recommended. I think his name is
mhm.
Hitesh, who had been in the same your QA
What's the
circle.
name?
Hitesh?
Hitesh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was the one who very long back. I think
Yeah, yeah, long back.
then.
He's working in IGS right now, I guess.
Hitesh Uday is the one.
Yes, Hitesh Uday. Yes, correct.
Wow, I remember the full name. That's nice.
Yeah, he's my childhood buddy. He
Okay,
suggested like these guys will give you the experience certificates as well. You can
great,
come here and all that. So ended
great.
up here.
How is he now?
He's good. He's working still with IGS. He was complaining that he was into automation, but right now they're put back to manual and it's like taken all that.
That
I was like,
happens. That happens in a service-based company. But yeah, if you are into a product-based company,
mhm,
that's not the scenario.
okay,
Yeah. So these people, service-based companies, they have different projects under them.
mhm,
Um, Even the product based companies, so what actually happens is different product based companies, the maintenance, if they hire as a direct employee, the
mhm,
maintenance is high, really high for them. So what
okay,
they do, they'll pay some 30 lakh, 40 lakh or 20 lakh, let's assume, to these what employment firms, like
mhm,
some consultancies or some third
Yeah, they
Qualitrix,
outsources it.
have Mulya, Test
Mhm.
Yantra, so all these companies they
Mhm.
outsource. Yeah, so that is how they pay some half, not even 50% of the amount to
Mhm.
the resource, and they hire them. And once
Oh,
that project is done, these people also, like the product based companies, they can keep them for some duration and they can throw them away. So the
oh,
project is done. Okay, you're out
oh,
of the
okay.
project. Now what IGS will do, they'll make you sit on bench and they'll give you some other interviews. You have to crack it and you have to get a job.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
Apurva, out of box question. I don't know if I'm not sure if I can ask this to you. I did ask to Baswana.
Hmm.
He did tell me to connect me later, but he did not. We did not have class from then.
Hmm.
My company, since I put on my papers, they have offered me a good package, but I still declined it.
Hmm.
Baswana stated that you accept that and keep trying here also. They offered
Hmm.
me eight LPA, but somewhere it goes against my ethics to accept that and again continue and again put down papers right after 2 months. So what
Company
would be
won't
your
think like this. Please try to understand that.
company won't, but my manager will. He supported me a lot of times and all that. Now I've already put down my papers and my last working day is in July 27th. So they came back with me with a better offer. And I declined that. Baswana suggested you accept that offer and keep working. And while you get here, and you can just say that again, you can resign and come back here. Um, Somewhere that my ethics is not letting me to do that.
But one thing is that you have to fix your mind.
Hmm.
Even if you try for a job outside,
Hmm.
maybe in QI circle itself, please don't. How many years of experience you're planning to show?
Baswana instead on around 6 years.
Huh. Then yeah. So what I can say is your what skill set
Hmm.
should be really good.
Yeah,
I
I
hope
will.
you get that because 5 or 6 years is not a small number. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, to begin with no idea on what a software testing is, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
you just have the theoretical knowledge and practical. Yeah, I can tell you, but still you don't have that hands-on experience,
True.
right?
True.
Correct, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, to crack the interview, it could be slightly difficult, but I'm not saying that it is impossible.
Yeah.
People have shown like 8 years, 7 years of experience, and they've got job.
Hmm.
So it totally depends on the confidence that I already mentioned, right?
True. Yeah.
So please don't expect like as soon as you attend the interview,
Mm.
I don't want you to say that you want or you are expecting more than 8 because you are already getting 8.
Correct.
And also, there's no point in say or working. You might think that there's no point in working for a 6 LP or 7 LP or 5 LP.
True. That
There's
is.
a possibility that you
Yeah,
might.
because right now I'm getting 6 LPA is my current package, so it doesn't
Okay.
make any sense.
How many years of experience you have?
This in this company 3 years, Apurva. I had 1 year of experience in Amazon. After
Mm.
that, I'm working for IBM from past 3 years.
Okay. Mm. So again, that's your call. But yeah, what I say is you have to accept. I go with Baswa.
Hmm.
So what I say is accept that offer. So nobody
Okay.
thinks about you. The reason they are offering you more is because they want you. That's all.
True.
They need you. That's all. So accept that offer. Trust me, accept that offer. What is
Okay.
the notice period that you have?
July 27th is my
No,
last
no, no.
working
What is
day.
the notice
Three
period you
months.
have?
3 months.
Oh my God. That's the
That's the
problem.
reason I've applied. I've applied for the paper on May 1st itself. So my last date is on April 27th.
Okay.
Even today, I had a discussion with my manager before getting
Okay.
into
Are
this
you
call.
ready to go with the manual or do you want to learn automation and go?
No, Baswa suggested was you learn automation to get a good package, but meanwhile, just try in manual as well. You might get a better opportunity. If not, going into the automation, but you have to work hard. Automation will get you good packages. Karke. So I was
Will you
like,
be free on Saturdays and Sundays?
yeah, Apurva, I'll be free. That's not a problem.
Listen, I'll give you some inputs.
Hmm.
What you can do is accept the offer.
Okay.
I mean, whatever 8 LPA that they have offered you, accept that
Mm-hmm.
offer.
Okay.
Keep working.
Okay.
So your notice period, resignation, all that is out of the scene now, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Now your manual part is done. I mean,
Mm.
learning with, I mean, concepts are almost done. By
Mhm.
first, everything, you'll be completing everything, right? So please keep revising things. Since you said
Okay.
you'll be free on Saturdays and Sundays,
Mhm.
okay, you have to sacrifice all your trips, that, this, all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And yeah, you have to sacrifice.
Mhm.
That is what gives you extra.
Mhm.
Something extra that you need to do to get some extraordinary package. So yeah, you have to practice. Along with that, study or join automation.
Okay.
Yes. By then, obviously, you will complete like uh, uh, how many? Maybe another 3 months, 2 to 3 months. Okay.
Mhm.
Parallelly, please attend manual interviews.
Okay.
You don't go. I mean, this is what I'm saying. You try applying on Naukri. Keep on updating your profile. You will get calls because nowadays the requirements are actually uh,
Yes.
coming. Okay, so there are
Mhm.
requirements that I see. So please attend interviews. Maybe from now to your LinkedIn, try to update your profile, and yeah, you get calls. Attend.
Mhm.
That's a practice for you. Okay, even if you fail, it's fine.
Mm.
If you get an offer, that's actually good. But
Mm.
if you want to accept it. Just say that you are serving notice period and you have 3 months notice period. If you
Yeah.
want to go, okay. If they accept, well and good. If they don't accept, it's okay, fine.
Mm.
Try attending just for practice purpose.
Okay.
Just for practice purpose. In case, as soon as the HR calls you, they're going to ask you what is your notice period. If you
Yeah.
say 3 months, they're not going to schedule. Just say it has 15 days.
Mm.
Trust me. I mean,
Mm.
I'm just giving you some ideas. Say 15 days.
Mm.
Now, you'll be, the interview will be scheduled, you will attend the interview, all that will be done.
Mm.
Once that is done, uh, let's say you got an offer. Okay, you
Mhm.
cleared all rounds and you got an offer.
Mhm.
Reject that offer saying that you got a better job. I
Okay.
got a competitive salary in some other company. That's
Okay.
all. Simple. If you
Uh,
really want to go, tell them that you have 3 months notice period.
Okay.
If they say you mentioned 15 days, no, I never said that. Who is
Mm.
going to say?
Okay. I have to play around. Okay.
You have to. You have
Yeah.
to.
Okay.
That's. See, everything is fair. That's fair enough. So don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That sounds good, Apurva. I'll do that. And how long will the automation class might take
Um,
durations, Apurva?
Now, actually, the current batch is the third batch on Python Selenium.
Mhm.
So it was around 45 to 50 days for just Python because that
Oh.
requires a lot of time. See, you might get so many what videos or some articles which says learn
Mm.
Python in 1 week,
Mm.
learn Python in
Mm.
2 hours.
Mm.
It's never possible. Okay,
Mm.
you have too many things to know, and that requires too much of practice.
I have a basic ideas on Python. I've learned Python for data analysis and all that. Will that help?
Absolutely, it will
Okay.
help. Okay,
Okay.
so you have Java and Python, but I'm not sure if Java classes are going on because
Mhm.
now Python is in trend and you
Yeah.
get a lot many opportunities for Python. So that is the reason we are focusing more on Python. So
Okay.
Python class is done already. Selenium has started, and probably 3 or 4 classes of Selenium has been done.
Okay.
So
Can I request for the recordings and just go through that
I
kind of
think
thing?
you can. Uh,
Okay.
I think you can go through the recordings for Python and you can attend live classes for Selenium. Okay, so it will be in the morning from 6:30 to 7:30.
No God, morning thing is not gonna work out, Apurva. My logout is morning 6:30.
Uh, oh, you work in shifts, night shift?
Yeah, yeah, only night shift. Only NAFTA reason we are supporting.
Awesome.
Mm. That's the reason I'm not attending the presentation classes and whatever the morning classes they are taking. I'm just taking the videos.
Okay. I think presentation classes, you don't have to look into the recording.
Yeah,
Are you doing it?
there is no recording for presentation classes, right?
Fine. I
Yeah,
don't know like how it is going. Just confirm on that.
I'm joining that every now
I'm
and then.
recording everything, man.
This is also getting recorded.